This is my first trip from Jubail, and I just got all my cargo in, so I'm trying to get everything organized. So I'm afraid because this is my first trip from here, I'm going to forget something. Hi, how you doing? Rod here. It's almost 9 o'clock. It's Friday the 30th of October, and I'm just setting out from Jubail. I'm off to Hofuf, which is about 2.5 hours drive, to hopefully Asfar Lake and Hofuf Escarpment. Now, this is all new to me, this area, so I'm not quite sure exactly what I'll be doing, or where I'll be going, or even where I'll be sleeping. I packed pretty well everything but the kitchen sink.
400 meters, make a U-turn.
I packed everything but the kitchen sink back there. I got my pack boat, I've got my pack sack in case I hike in, I've got all my sleeping stuff, I got a bunch of firewood. So I'm prepared to spend the night regardless of where I end up.
Continue for 200 meters.
Anyway, we'll see what happens. Well, I just passed Abcake, and I'm just entering Hofuf, and I saw this interesting feature. Reminds me a little bit of Riyadh. Well, it looks like we're here, at least to the entrance. Well, I've just arrived at the lake, the first section of it, and I ran into some Filipinos that have been doing some fishing. They were successful, and they caught some tilapia. And they're barbecuing right now, and they said I can come over and do some video. Hi guys, how you doing?
Hello. Fine.
Hi.
How are you?
Take a look at what they've caught. Look at that. Tilapia and
chicken.
They also caught a chicken here. I don't know how they caught a chicken.
Katin bakala. Bakala.
So who's the chief fisherman?
No. Hola.
Look at the size of those fish though. And they're catching them with a net.
Pakita din doon yung net.
You just take a look over here, they've got a net out. This is nice now because it's still not too cold, eh?
Nice weather.
Yeah. There's one.
Whoa, dami.
Ah, big.
Oh, look at those.
Iangat mo at.
Kuha tayo, kuha tayo.
Tangina, lumalabas ah.
Malaki yan.
Wow.
Big.
What's the biggest you've got here? Half a kilo? Or maybe a whole
Around 3/4 kilo.
3/4 of a kilo? Wow, that's a pound and a half. That is big. Malaki.
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 Malaki, yeah. So you're the cook right now, are you?
Yes,
One of them is your husband?
yes. Was wearing black t-shirt, it's my husband.
Oh, he's the guapo, right? So let's go see what they caught. Look at the size of that bucket. It's pretty well full, and this was just from 10 minutes of collecting fish. And they were saying they've already got one bucket this big. Look at those.
You can put it here if you want.
Oh, that's all right. I don't mind my fingers. My girlfriend, Bay, if you're watching this, fresh caught tilapia. I'm eating it and you're not. And this is clean water here. In Riyadh, the Riyadh River is from sewage water. Even though it's been cleaned, it's a bit dirty. Mmm. Nice and hot also. Yeah.
Fresh from water. Dami na naman yun.
Well, this is my breakfast.
Kanin, kanin. Bigyan yung kanin.
Hindi na kanin yan.
Well, thank you very much, guys.
Okay, take
I
care.
should be posting this
Bye.
within 2 or 3 days before the end of the week.
Okay.
Well, there's not really that much to the lake at the moment. It's very shallow. Oh, look at all these shotgun shells. One there. One there. I've seen quite a few, so obviously people are hunting. I'm guessing because it's the end of the summer, beginning of the fall, and there hasn't been much rain, that this isn't that extensive. It seems to have dried up quite a bit. It's even the area that's flooded, it is fairly big, but as far as I can tell, it's fairly shallow. Turtle. Well, I'm on another, I guess I can call this another little mini lake. The one I was on earlier was, I thought it had access to the whole oasis, but it seems to be because there's not much water at the moment. I guess because it hasn't rained, even though it is an oasis. It seems to be, there's various ponds or small lakes. See, right now it's only about half a meter deep on this one. This one's a little bit bigger than the last one I was on. After I was on that small pond, I drove maybe 10 kilometers following the power lines, and it's all dry. Well, it's mushy, but there's no water in it. It seems to be that all the water is at this end, which is the sort of southeastern end, I think. Okay, well, let's give it the taste test. It's brackish, it's salty. Yeah, very salty. Not as salty as seawater, but geez, you couldn't drink it without throwing up. It's 2:30. Sunset is just slightly after 5 o'clock. Very early. I've only got 2.5 hours or so of sunrise left. It really smells boggy here, the sulfur smell. And I'm sinking. Actually, right here is not too bad, right by the shore, but just a little further out, I'm going over my ankles. I'll clean these tilapias that the Filipinos gave me. There you go, 4 clean tilapia. Well, it's a couple hours to sunset. I just got to decide if I'll sleep here or if I'll go somewhere else. I'm kind of inclined to stay right where I am. Still fairly warm. It's probably just still around 30 degrees. Get the chair set up. As snug as a bug in a rug. Well, an hour and a half before sunset, I gotta just sit around for a while and decide if I'm gonna move or not. If I stay here, I'll get a little fire going right here. Well, let's go see what I can see. Oh, look at that over there. That's interesting. Looks like a big sand dune. I see a lot of cars way up on that hill, way up there. Way up there.
Oh,
4:37 and it's 29 degrees. So it's cooled off quite a bit in the last half an hour. The sun is just going below the sand dunes there. It's going to be pitch dark in probably 45 minutes. That'll take between 45 minutes and an hour to cook. I need a couple pieces of wood to use to manipulate things around the campfire rather than burning my fingers, so I'll bat on some wood. There's a knot at the bottom of this one. Mosquitoes are coming out. Let's see how this thermocell works. There we go. I forgot you don't even need a lighter for this thing. It takes about 10 minutes to get up to temperature. You should be able to see the glow in there that it's burning. Keep it close and see what happens. Well, there's my dinner. Fresh tilapia and baked potato with sour cream. It's almost pitch dark right now. There's a car on the right of me about 50 yards away and one to the left of me about 100 yards away stuck in the sand. So it's a bit noisy around here right now. Well, it's cooked well enough. It's a little bit crunchy from being right on the fire. It's probably overcooked slightly. Actually, it's not too bad. Now let's try this baked potato. It's definitely cooked. And for dessert, I've got some blueberries with milk. It's pretty dark, so I don't think this is going to show up on camera. These are good. Good morning. It's 3:30. There's a lot of mosquitoes around. The Thermacell backpacker model insect repellent really makes a difference. I didn't realize how bad the mosquitoes were till around midnight when the first strip got used up. I woke up and there was a lot of mosquitoes around me, so I changed the repellent strip, and they take about 10 minutes to get up to temperature. The fresh one is blue, and when they're all used up 4 or 5 hours later they turn white. But I didn't realize how many mosquitoes there were until the strip had been used up. It's a bit early, but I think I'm going to get up and make some coffee, and probably by the time I head off the sun will just be coming up. everything is very damp. In hindsight, I probably either should have slept in a tent or with a tarp. There's a lot of, I guess it's the humidity and the dampness from the water. It's a full moon last night, so it wasn't dark. I saw some stars, but when there's no moon, you see all the stars out here. And the moon started in the east over that way, and right now it's over there. I was very comfortable. I've got my my ground sheet, and then I've got my Big Agnes AXL Trail Boss air mattress. This thing is very heavy in terms of if you were backpacking, but it is really comfortable and really durable. Let's get moving. Oh, these pants are a little bit damp. I've got extra clothes. It's been fairly noisy, all the little critters around the water. There's birds, and I think there's frogs or something along those lines. It's so different from what I'm used to in Riyadh, or around Riyadh. Well, the coffee's ready, or the water's ready. And it's coffee time. Oh, that's good. Doesn't seem to be any mosquitoes around now. Of course, I've got my long pants and my long shirt on. But I can't even hear them buzzing around, so I don't know. Yeah, with my move from Riyadh to Jubail, I had 45 boxes that the cargo people took, and I'm still trying to figure out where some of my stuff is. For instance, my liquid insect repellent. I've got some really good stuff from Canada. I remember packing it, but I just can't remember where I put it. Is it with all my camping stuff? But I didn't even think of taking it today, bringing it today. Mosquitoes aren't, when I'm around Riyadh, mosquitoes aren't even an issue. Flies are, but not mosquitoes. Here I didn't even think of it. But I'm glad I brought the, as I say, the thermocell. That was a real lifesaver. I couldn't have tolerated being here, I don't think, yesterday and last night without it. Well, it's just past 7:30 and I just made it back to Jubail. I left where I was camped at about 4:30. I didn't get light till about 5:30. Getting back to the highway from where I was a bit difficult because it was dark and roads go everywhere. I just ended up trending towards the highway on the best dirt roads. And after a few little turnarounds, I finally hit the highway. Probably took about half an hour. I did need four-wheel drive, and there was a few sandy spots where I was a little bit afraid of getting stuck. But anyway, the oasis supposedly is 85 square kilometers, and I only saw part of it. I think I just saw the beginning of it. Where I was camped, a lot of cars were going by on the main dirt road. And I think they were going in quite far, to tell the truth, so it would make sense that there's a lot more. Where I was, it seemed that a lot of it was dried up, and even where I was pack rafting on my boat, it was still really shallow. So I'm sure there is a lot more to see, and I think I'll be doing more exploring there. One thing to take note of, there are a lot of mosquitoes. Whether it's a seasonal thing or because you're always by the water, it's always like that. We'll have to see, but there was a lot. It was also very damp in the morning from all the dew coming down. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and until I see you again, take care now. Bye bye.